Conducted by economic scholars estimated that over a lifetime, an unattractive person earns $230,000 less than an attractive one.
First of all, could you tell us what Lookism is?
Lookism, at a purely descriptive level, is just differential treatment based on appearance. However, from a philosophical perspective, what is interesting is Lookism as a form of discrimination against people considered unattractive.
But what does it mean to be unattractive? I mean, is there an objective standard for attractiveness?
You may say that it's not objective, but at least intersubjective. So people from different cultures, from different ages, tend to agree about who is attractive and who isn't. There is a whole industry built on this agreement, like models and actors are usually people considered very attractive by almost everyone.
So what is the cost of Lookism?
Unattractive people have to bear economic and psychological costs related to their unattractiveness. From a pure economic perspective, they are paid on average less than attractive people. Studies conducted by economic scholars estimated that over a lifetime, an unattractive person earns $230,000 less than an attractive one. But maybe even more serious are the psychological costs of unattractiveness. For instance, we know that people tend to have the stereotype that what is beautiful is also good. And this stereotype starts really early on. Like if you consider like fairy tales for children, the evil character is also quite often also unattractive, and the good character, the hero of the story, is also very beautiful. This association between being beautiful and have beautiful psychological characteristics is deeply rooted in our perception, and we project it on other people. Imagine that, people assume that you are less smart, less fun, less interesting than you actually are. Eventually, these projections are internalized and make people less self-confident, more worried in social gatherings. So they are, in a sense, self-fulfilling prophecies, and this is probably the most dramatic component, the most dramatic effect of this kind of bias. There is also like a cost that society pays for Lookist bias. Suppose you are the headmaster of a private school, and you have job interviews, that teachers have job interviews for filling positions in your school. And since you are Lookist, you tend to attribute better capacities as teachers to these very attractive applicants. And instead, the less attractive ones don't really get the job, even though they are more skilled. They would be better teachers. As a result, the students in your schools will have attractive teachers who are not very good at teaching, and as a consequence, they will learn less. This Lookist bias of this headmaster would have a negative impact on the school. So you can think about this in the whole society, how sometimes thinking that good-looking people are actually better skilled, are better at doing different kinds of job, can have a cost on society. And it has been estimated that this bias is cost to society pretty much as the racist bias.
So what should we do about Lookism?
For what Lookism is concerned, I think we should focus on two strategies related to the source of the discrimination. There are some features that we consider unattractive because of social influence, and some features that we find unattractive because of evolution. Our preference for for a certain body weight or a certain BMI is heavily influenced by society. So for instance, if a society is particularly rich, then thinness becomes really attractive. If a society is poorer, then being chubbier becomes more attractive. But there are other features that are more heavily influenced by evolution. So our preference for symmetry is really hardwired in our brain. So I think that if the source of an aesthetic preference is primarily societal, then we can approach the problem changing society. But if a certain preference, like the preference for symmetry, is mostly due to evolution, then it is really hard. It will take a long time to change society. So perhaps the best solution is to change the person. Of course, there are a lot of intermediate things, so features that are heavily influenced by society but have strong evolutionary basis, and in these cases we need to judge case by case what is the best intervention.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Practical Ethics channel.